Welcome back to The Naturalist.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. This is your go-to place for all things natural products, conscious products, CPG, trends, chats.
Stuff. So much stuff. And before we get started with today's episode, which is going to be a great one talking about snacks, snack trends, we want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Advantage Solutions, Daban, A Greener World, Lecanto, and Friesland Campina. Advantage Solutions is the leading omnichannel retail solutions agency in North America, connecting CPG brands and retailers to drive sales for less. Advantage leverages its unparalleled insights, expertise, and relationships to help brands and retailers of all sizes generate demand and get products into the hands of consumers wherever they shop. With a passion for serving founders within the natural and organic channel, FDM, a division of Advantage, helps emerging brands break through, grow with the right retailers, build sustainable momentum, and successfully scale.
This episode is brought to you by A Greener World. Shoppers today want to know how their food is really produced. A Greener World connects mindful consumers, farmers, and brands through meaningful and transparent sustainability certifications. AGW certified producers offer a reliable supply of sustainable, ethical products that consumers trust, helping you meet consumer demand while making a difference for the welfare of our planet, animals, and people. Learn about our certifications and how to source AGW certified products at agreenerworld.org. We are like in the home stretch. It feels like.
Are we?
Stretch. Are we?
I don't feel like
What is the home stretch? Expo West.
Yes.
The lead up to Expo West. And so we are deep in all the products and trends, and we're going to have some fun episodes coming up where we talk about some of the interesting things you can expect to see on site in Anaheim on the show floor. And we'll have I think we have an episode where we talk about all things new at Expo.
Right.
There's some really fun new stuff going on. But one of those new things that we're going to talk about today, who doesn't love snacks? I feel like the snacks we're seeing are much closer to real whole foods.
Absolutely.
So snacking is definitely shifting away from empty calories to nutrient-dense convenience and kind of across the board. So we're going to talk about some of the trends and some of the fun snacks we're seeing. But one of the reasons that we want to do that is because there's something at Expo West this year, brand spanking new, called the Snack Lab.
Yes.
Which is fun.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. And it's going to be a place where buyers can come and attendees can come and discover all things new and fresh in snacking and in the snacking category.
Who doesn't love that?
Lots of snack innovations. The snack category is expected to grow between 5 and 7%. So healthy sales growth for
and
that's
above the market as a whole.
Yeah.
Market growth.
And so it's fun to see some of the new entries into that space.
It is. And there are quite a few brands. Well, actually, I hadn't heard of almost all of the brands, or I hadn't heard of any of the brands except one.
Yeah, it was so fun to look through the Snack Lab exhibitors, and we're getting more and more confirmed every day. But some of the ones that, I was looking up, I was really excited about. And they definitely fit our trends, our predicted trends. We've been talking about snacking trends for a while. Definitely overarching, moving into real whole food snacking as opposed to empty calories, as we said. But what are some of the other kind of highlights or things that we're seeing?
Well, obviously, we've talked about this before. Tallow is a big thing.
Yes.
We saw a lot of tallow chips come through during the Nexties, but this is the first time I've ever seen corn chips, tortilla chips with beef tallow. So vodka chips. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. And what I'm loving when I'm looking at these brands, the branding on so many of them is so beautiful. Kind of muted blues and greens and matte. I mean, they're just beautiful.
And lots of cows.
Lots of cows. Cows are hot.
Cows are hot.
You heard it here first. Speaking of cows, there's another brand called Vaquero Snacks that is all about the cow.
Yeah. And is that are they the jerky company?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I was so excited about them too. So definitely seeing a lot of animal products, but seeing it in the snacking category. And I was wondering about that, if we're going to see a lot of jerkies that are, made with natural preservatives, which is great because some of those gas station jerkies, snap into a slip.
Oh, I think gas stations have gotten fancy since you've gone jerky shopping there.
They have some really fun flavors too. And they talk about their processing and really, really simple ingredients. And they in particular have these different flavors like hot honey, carne, lemon, chili. Oh, this just sounds so good.
Well, and speaking of interesting flavor profiles, another tallow brand that's going to be in the Snack Lab is Norse Roots. And that is a tallow potato chip. And they have really interesting flavors as well. They have one that's steak and rosemary.
Oh, yeah.
Really yummy.
That sounds so good.
But you know me, I always tend towards sea salt. I'm a classic.
But I think a lot of this is really savory, right?
Yeah.
We're definitely seeing a lot of savory flavors and some unique spices and combinations of ingredients. So that's fun to see.
Today's episode is brought to you by Lakanto, a brand on a mission to bring chi to life. Founded 30 years ago in Japan, Lakanto's story began with Shota Saraya, a successful entrepreneur with a sweet tooth who was diagnosed with diabetes. Refusing to give up life's sweetness, he and his team developed the modern monk fruit extraction process, creating the world's first monk fruit sweetener. Today, Lakanto offers 0 and reduced sugar sweeteners, syrups, baking mixes, and ready-to-eat snacks, all designed to help people enjoy sweetness as part of a more balanced, intentional way of eating.
At Dabon, sustainability starts from the soil. For more than a century, Dabon has grown with one mission: to nurture people and planet. Founded in Santa Marta, Colombia, and proudly carried forward by its third generation, Dabon brings sustainable, traceable, and organic palm oil solutions to brands across the world. From the soil to the market, every step reflects our family's commitment to integrity, innovation, and respect for nature. Dabon, the future of palm oil. And then, we're certainly seeing tallow, but also just protein packed and healthy fats overall. So I think this is the year of the macros in snacking, and particularly focused on protein and healthy carbs. Mm-hmm. And there's that cookie company, right? A protein.
Yep. Yumkees. I think it's Yumkees because there's those 2 dots.
Oh, yeah.
The umlaut.
So those are protein cookies, brownies. So we are seeing some in the sweet space, but definitely functional and more kind of fortified stacking.
Another trend that we've seen a lot of recently is first of all, on the one hand, dehydrated products in general. So dehydrated soups, dehydrated snacks, dehydrated, Johnny Pops has this really cute dehydrated kind of popsicle looking things. So lots of dehydrated things, but then also fruit snacks. So we're seeing a lot of really clean ingredient fruit snacks that are in fun kind of dehydrated formats. One of those was called Happy Nest.
Oh, yes.
Which are so cute.
They're so cute.
Little shapes of monkeys, and those are freeze-dried fruits and healthy snacks, which I think is just not only a big relief for people that are looking for those healthy, nutrient-dense, fruit and vegetable-filled snacks, but also the people that just want something fun and that's on trend with that dehydrated snacking trend.
Yeah, and dehydrated and freeze-dried, that preserves a lot of the nutrients, right? So it's just again, that nutrient density plus convenient factor. So excited to see different ways that companies are packing in not just protein and fiber, because we are seeing a lot of that, but all the veggies and fruits that they can get into these. And some of them pack a punch, really pack a nutrient-dense punch. And of course, nutrient density and people trying to get as many veggies as possible in their diet, snacking is a great way to do that.
Another way that these snacks are really getting clean and more nutritious is through the use of dates. We've talked about dates before. Dates were huge at Expo West last year. I expect to see a lot more of that this year.
Yeah.
And there certainly will be some products in the Snack Lab that use dates to sweeten their products.
I don't think dates are going anywhere, because I remember doing maybe 2-3 years ago, tons of dates on the show floor. Now, You have a date-sweetened chocolate bar.
I know. You gave
For
it
you,
to me
I
today.
believe. I did.
Thank you. I love dates.
I do too. Yeah. So lots of natural sweeteners when we do see those sweeter snacks entering the mix. Any other kind of bigger trends that we're expecting to see?
Well, I think we're still seeing fiber rising.
Yeah.
So lots of snacks that are packing in the fiber. We talked about protein as an important macro. Fiber goes along with protein. People are trying to get all that fiber maxing. Love to say it. They're trying to get their fiber maxed out. So I think that that's really important, and that's something we're going to see in snacks. Global flavors. We talked about interesting flavor profiles. Global flavors is going to continue to be big.
Yep.
What else?
Well, certainly just clean. I mean, it maybe goes without saying, but like just as clean as possible. No artificial ingredients. Cleaner candies. I think that's an interesting one that we'll see more of. There is this great company, Bon New York City, and I believe they would have to use all natural colors, but you're seeing like these really fun colors and flavors. So just, indulgence reimagined, and in the candy category, I think people are hungry for some of these much cleaner ingredient products. So they're fun. It's nostalgic. We still see nostalgia kind of creeping into this category because I think a lot of snacks for people are just really comforting and things that remind you of something else. And so we do see some of those kind of analogs of treats from your youth. At Friesland Campina Ingredients, we're committed to providing innovative, nutritious ingredients to address health and well-being challenges worldwide. Our mission is to supply the right ingredients to food and beverage brands, working with them to create highly nutritious and sustainable applications to help people get the most out of life, always.
So cute. Yeah. These products are so beautiful. Well, I can't wait for Snack Lab. I think that what's so cool about a space like this, which incidentally, Snack Lab is going to be on level 3 of the ACC in its own pavilion. And what I think is so cool is it's really opening the doors for a lot of first-time exhibitors, emerging brands to set up there and share their products, which always comes with a lot of fun surprises.
I agree. And the founders have such great stories and could really share the vision behind these products. So it's exciting. And I know we'll see some new trends on the show floor. So we'll report on those after Expo West, but definitely keep an eye on some of these up-and-comers in the snack category.
Yum.